Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Warhammer 40k painting video. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop a comment down below. Love hearing back from you guys, and it goes a massive way to help the channel too. Now, with this video, I am going to literally fly through how I painted up my Technomancer from the Necron range that we got a few issues back in Warhammer Imperium magazine. It's been a long time coming. I haven't done many painting videos for a long time, although I have been recording a lot of the painting I've been doing. This is kind of my second Necron video for quite a while now, and I hope you guys like it. Paint schemes are very reminiscent to all the other paint schemes, so I might not do many Necrons in the future. I might just do the occasional ones, but I quite enjoy doing this kit. Pretty good. It's not too bad. It was fairly easy. I wouldn't worry about it if you haven't painted yours yet. It's going to be dead easy. You can make it fit in with your Necrons, no problem at all, and you can have a bit of fun with it as well at the same time. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. So, of course, I've started off with a base coat of Mechanica Standard Grey over the entire mini. Then I am layering over with Lead Belcher. Now, this is the standard way I do Necrons. Painting metallic over Mechanica Standard Grey works very well. It sets very nicely. You don't need to do too many layers of the metallic then, and it does actually do the job in more ways than one. A lot of the time, you're not going to go wrong with it. It's the more basic way of base coating. Then when all the metallic paint was done, I layered over with Norn oil. I had this in two sub kind of assemblies as well, so there is the actual basic sub-assembly, which includes that little spider that he's attached to, and the cloak that he has, and then there is the actual Technomancer himself, and I kept these separate while I painted them, just so I could get as much detail as I wanted in there without having kind of any awkward angles. Now, when the Norn oil was dry, I layered over a Baden black over the kind of spider, exactly the same way I did with the main good old kinetic spider that we'd not long had as well, not long after this one, and it works exactly the same. It does a very similar job. You can't go wrong with it. I wanted them to look very similar in ways, just so they don't stand out too badly from the rest of the crowd. Now, for that cloak, I'm using Retributor armour over that Norn oiled Lead Belcher. It does work quite well, and you do have to go over it with a shade again though, unfortunately. I should really have thought about it ahead of time and just got over with Retributor armour first and then use the Norn oil, but in all honesty I just didn't. I don't know why. Now, layering over it like this is actually pretty decent. It makes the cloak stand out quite nicely. It is not the definitive way you have to do it, but you can do it if you want to. Now, with the Technomancer being one of the lords of the Necron race, he has a few extra kind of details. So he has this kind of like tunic part as well, which is also part of a living metal, which I used Canaptech alloy over this. It made it stand out very differently and broke the colour scheme a little bit as well. You do not have to do this though if you don't want to. And then going over that chest piece area, I used good old the usual Runelord brass. This keeps the chest piece fitting in with the rest of my Necron army and doesn't stray away too far from that colour scheme already. I also used Retributor armour over the kind of the headdress area, and which also made it stand out. And then for certain little areas like the power weapon, the spherical balls of power and the eye, I use Volupus Pink for these areas, also keeping in kind of theme with the rest of my Necrons, so he doesn't break that kind of that mould too badly as well. And here you can see I'm using a bit of Norn oil over the actual cloak area, just because I must admit, yeah, I made a mistake in it. So it is the way it is. You will make mistakes every now and again. Nothing to be ashamed of. It happens. So it's not too bad. And then what I wanted to do is edge highlight the black areas as well, so I used Incubi Darkness. Same technique that I used on the Kinetic Spider. This makes it stand out quite nicely. You can use greys if you want to, use things like Dawnstone, use Mechanica Standard Grey if you wish. You can even use Administratum Grey, although it is a lot lighter, so it will stand out very, very heavily. But you can make the model your own, which is the main thing with it. And then using Ephemetic Blue over the head of the Technomancer, just to keep it in theme with the rest of the Necron army more than anything, and he is almost pretty much done. You can of course add extra little flares to it if you wish to, so different metallics over different areas if you wanted to, or if you are that kind of person, you don't have to do metallics on any Necrons if you don't want to. You can paint them how you want, which is the main thing. There are a couple of little tiny bits that I have not added to this, of course, so I also edge highlighted the raised areas and the main parts of the weapon, the staff that he carries, which was the Lupus Pink, but because the edges I wanted to make them look a little bit different, I used Pixie Pink from Army Painter, just to edge highlight them, make them stand out a little bit better as well, and it kind of adds to it. And of course, the usual basing method that I've used is good old some Vallejo ground texture. I've got a video, a quick short on the channel that you can check out if you want to, of how I do the ground textures, and yeah, you can have a bit of fun with that. But yeah, I quite enjoyed the model. I thought it was a pretty good mini. Yeah, not much more to say about it. It's a good mini, it fits in with the army, and it was another one that was quite enjoyable and quite simplistic to do. Right, that's it from me. I'm going to leave you all to it. If you ever want to share any of your photos of any minis that you've painted, by all means, you can drop them to me on Twitter. You can tag me in them. You can also join my Discord server, absolutely free to join. You do not have to if you do not want to, but if you want to get some feedback, you want to find out some tips, tricks and everything like that, and see other people's minis, by all means, join the server. You don't have to participate if you don't want to, but if you want to share your photos, you are more than welcome to if you want to. Right, thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye bye then.